Script: Endangered Animals. A Journey into Survival. Around the world today, countless species are quietly disappearing. The forests, oceans, mountains, and deserts that once echoed with their sounds are growing silent. In this video, we will take a deep journey into the lives of endangered animals, creatures on the brink of vanishing forever. We will learn about their struggles, their habitats, and the threats they face. And most importantly, we will reflect on what their stories teach us about our own future on this planet. For millions of years, animals have adapted and thrived. Some grew strong claws to hunt, some grew wings to fly across continents, and others evolved camouflage to hide from predators. But now, in the blink of an eye, measured not in millions of years but in a few decades, many of these animals are losing their fight for survival, not because of natural evolution, but because of human actions: deforestation, pollution, poaching, and climate change. Today, over 1 million species are at risk of extinction. Let us begin our journey with one of the most iconic animals, the tiger. The tiger, a symbol of strength and majesty, once roamed across Asia from Turkey to the eastern coast of Russia. Today, fewer than 4,000 remain in the wild. Tigers are hunted for their skins and body parts, which are sold illegally. Their forests are cut down for agriculture and logging. When a tiger's habitat disappears, so does its food supply. Imagine a creature that has ruled the forest for centuries, suddenly unable to find prey or shelter. Without urgent action, this powerful predator may vanish in our lifetime. Now, let us move from the forests of Asia to the icy wilderness of the Arctic, where the polar bear struggles to survive. The polar bear is known as the king of the Arctic. These massive creatures depend on sea ice to hunt seals. But with rising global temperatures, the ice is melting earlier each spring and forming later each winter. Polar bears must now swim longer distances to find food, often exhausting themselves or drowning. Mothers are forced to search farther to feed their cubs. As the Arctic melts, the polar bear's future melts with it. It is a chilling reminder that climate change is not a distant problem. It is happening here and now. From the icy poles, let us dive into the oceans, where another giant faces danger: the sea turtle. For more than 100 million years, sea turtles have swum the world's oceans. They survived the age of dinosaurs, but now they face threats from humans. Plastic pollution is one of the biggest dangers. Turtles often mistake floating plastic bags for jellyfish, their favorite food. Eating plastic can block their stomachs and kill them slowly. Fishing nets trap and drown them. Coastal development destroys the sandy beaches where they lay their eggs. Out of thousands of hatchlings that struggle toward the sea, only a handful survive. And now, even those few survivors are at risk. Next, we travel to Africa, home to the gentle giant, the elephant. African elephants are the largest land animals on Earth. They are intelligent, emotional, and live in close family groups. They can remember water sources across vast deserts and show compassion toward their young and even their dead. Yet these magnificent creatures are being slaughtered for their ivory tusks. Poachers kill tens of thousands every year. Although international trade in ivory is banned, the black market continues to thrive. Each elephant lost is not just an animal gone. It is a family broken, a memory erased, and a piece of our natural heritage destroyed. In Asia, another gentle animal struggles: the orangutan. The orangutan, whose name means person of the forest, is one of our closest relatives, sharing about 97% of our DNA. They are highly intelligent, using tools, solving problems, and forming strong bonds with their young. But their rainforest homes in Borneo and Sumatra are being burned and cut down to make space for palm oil plantations. Without trees, orangutans have nowhere to live, nowhere to feed, and nowhere to raise their babies. Many are killed during deforestation or captured illegally to be sold as pets. The orangutan's eyes, so human-like, reflect a heartbreaking story. A cousin of ours, losing its home because of our greed. From the forests of Asia, let us head to the rivers of South America to meet an unusual creature, the giant river otter. The giant river otter is the largest member of the weasel family. Growing up to 6 feet long, they are playful, social, and highly intelligent. They live in groups, hunting fish together and communicating with unique calls. But these otters are endangered because of habitat loss, pollution, and hunting for their fur. Once widespread across South America, they are now restricted to a few rivers. Watching them slide, play, and dive reminds us of the joy and beauty of the wild, a joy that could disappear forever if we don't protect them. Now, let us journey to the mountains of China, home to the beloved giant panda. The giant panda is perhaps one of the most recognizable symbols of conservation. With its black and white fur and gentle face, it has captured the hearts of people worldwide. Pandas feed almost entirely on bamboo, but bamboo forests are shrinking. Without enough bamboo, pandas cannot survive. Thanks to conservation efforts, panda numbers are slowly increasing, but they remain vulnerable. Protecting the panda means protecting vast forests that are also home to countless other species. From Asia back to Africa, we encounter one of the strangest and most endangered animals, the pangolin. The pangolin, sometimes called the scaly anteater, is covered in protective scales made of keratin, the same material as human fingernails. When threatened, it curls into a ball. Sadly, this defense makes it easy for poachers to capture them. Pangolins are hunted in huge numbers for their meat and scales, which are falsely believed to have medicinal value. In fact, the pangolin is the most trafficked mammal in the world. Entire populations are being wiped out for myths and illegal profit. To lose the pangolin would mean erasing one of nature's most unique designs. But not all endangered animals are large or famous. Some are small, hidden, and yet equally vital. For example, the bees. Bees are essential pollinators. They help plants grow, reproduce, and produce fruit. Without bees, much of our food supply would collapse. Yet bee populations are declining due to pesticides, habitat loss, and climate change. If bees vanish, it will not just be a loss of insects, it will be a crisis for humanity. Protecting them means protecting our food, our health, and our survival. As we can see, the stories of endangered animals are deeply connected to our own lives. The extinction of a species is not just about losing a beautiful creature. It is about destabilizing entire ecosystems. When one animal disappears, the balance of nature shifts. Predators lose prey, plants lose pollinators, forests lose guardians, and in the end, humans lose too. But there is hope. Around the world, people are working to protect endangered species. National parks, wildlife reserves, and international agreements are helping animals recover. Conservation projects have brought species like the mountain gorilla and the California condor back from the brink. Technology is being used to track poachers, restore habitats, and raise awareness. And every individual, no matter how far from the wild, can help. By choosing sustainable products, reducing waste, supporting conservation groups, and spreading awareness, we become part of the solution. The fate of endangered animals is in our hands. We have the power to decide whether the tiger continues to roar, whether the polar bear walks the ice, whether the sea turtle swims free, and whether the orangutan swings through the forest. These creatures are not just animals. They are living treasures, guardians of ecosystems, and symbols of the Earth's incredible beauty. If we allow them to disappear, we are not only losing them, we are losing ourselves, our history, and our connection to the natural world. But if we protect them, if we fight for them, we create a future where the forests echo with life, the oceans teem with creatures, and the skies fill with wings once again. So let us stand together, not just as observers, but as guardians of this planet. For the sake of the tiger, the polar bear, the elephant, the orangutan, the sea turtle, the pangolin, the bee, and countless others, let us act before it is too late. The time to save them is now. Because in saving them, we save ourselves.